Are we live, Justin?
Yes. We art live.
Art thou live?
And by art live, I don't mean we're going to draw art. That's not our thing.
Oh, but we can talk about art all day long.
Yeah, there we go. That's our
Yeah.
thing.
That is our thing. What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 163 of Special Conditions, the TCG podcast where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is December 30th, 2023. Justin, the new year. It's Happy New Year, because by the time you're listening to this,
Happy New Year.
for the audio listeners, it's the new year. New year, new Mew. You know what I'm saying? In fact, that's the episode title. New year, new Mew. But I am one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I am joined by my co-host, Justin Keller. How are you?
Hey, it's been a little bit. You know, we got a little busy, holidays, other things. Life happens.
Holidays?
And Christmas?
Christmas happened.
Delibird miss?
Delibird miss. Justin had sent me a package in the mail. It was a mystery package.
Yeah.
But it was a Delibird hat. It's pretty stinking cute.
Yeah, I every once in a while I get on Etsy and be like, all right, does Adam have all these Delibird things and whatever? I just kind of scroll through every once in a while, and I finally found something that I didn't think he had. Otherwise, I would have for sure seen it. And this I had to have shipped from England to get to you. So I'm just happy it made it to you before Christmas.
It was very quick. Because I feel like we were just talking about something on Etsy.
Yeah, we were.
And then out of nowhere, I get a package from Etsy, and I was like, "Oh no, what is this?" But I also sent Justin a Christmas gift because I went to another card show, which was at the oh gosh, I am so not prepared for this right now. Oh, there it is. There it is. I just have cards that
you know.
But it's the Pokemon Trainers Universe.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so I went to that card show and I found the coolest thing. I saw them and I go, this is Justin's Christmas present. I was like, oh my God, when they flipped it around and they were like, it's the shiny on the back. I'm like, no way. My head exploded.
I didn't even notice that until you said it. Like, I've been specifically not looking at it until we had the podcast. But all right, so Adam got me this keychain, and then on the back, it's the shiny version. Isn't that so cute?
It is acrylic. It's like an acrylic of Arcanine that you flip over, and it's the shiny version. It's
amazing.
A mirror image.
I'm glad you said something.
I'm glad you didn't see it until just now.
Oh, that's hilarious. I really had not seen it's been sitting on my counter with the regular side up for like a week that's
hilarious.
I opened it on Christmas Day, so
yeah, because I sent you a package. Do you have the artist?
So I have the stickers. I don't have the business card that's downstairs.
Okay. I know I followed them. It was Cerulean.
Yeah, Cerulean Creations, I think.
Cerulean Creations.
Yeah, because it had the alliteration.
On Etsy or Instagram.
Yeah, and then you got me these really cute stickers. Amazing.
And they had Delibird ones, so I got
the shiny one too. Yeah, that's cool.
And they said that this was these are really like high quality stickers, like you could put them on your car. And I'm like, oh buddy. So I want to wait till it's not winter and I can actually like put them on nicely and have a nice washed car before I do anything. Because it's just covered in dirt and salt and
what you could do is I can't think of what it's called, but it's like that material so you can apply on the backside and then attach it from the inside of the car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a sticker shield, I want to say. Well, actually, sticker shield might be something else. Anyways, we'll look after this. But there are ways you can attach it to your car from the inside, so that way it's less prone to damage and heat destruction. And
Yes.
so not only did you send me those, you also sent me an assortment, a fat stack of cards.
I forgot about that. Forgot about
I mean, like,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, so some of the Hisuian Arcanine V full arts, the Arcanine EX, the regular, the play version of
that. Yeah, that was the one that
Hisuian
I pulled out of
Arcanine.
my play
Yeah.
pack, and I was like, oh, gotta send that to Justin.
And then the Trainer Gallery, which I love this card. I have multiple versions of it graded. Yeah, just a fat stack of them. So good.
Yeah, so there was a lot of doggos when you open that package.
I mean, this is probably, well, I can't say my favorite art of all time, but it's up there. It's like
It is
definitely
a gorgeous
top
card,
3.
and I actually realized after I sent all of them, but I didn't even keep one for myself. Not that I needed it, but
Yeah.
it is just nice. Honestly, all those alt art cards are just so nice to look at.
Yeah, let's see. I don't even remember what number it is. TG08 from Lost Origin. Ooh. And then you sent me a bunch of buttons.
Well, so you could give them out to
Yeah, of course.
people in your area.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't so I could attach one to every shirt
Article
that I
of
wear.
clothing?
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
And then
They are actually like really big buttons, and I was not prepared for that.
Yeah, they are large. And some new TGA shirts. I assume you got from when you were you met
was
up
a
with them at
while
the con. New to me. I don't think I had any of these yet with the silver logo.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Yeah, and then some chocolates that I did not bring up here because otherwise I'd just be eating them right now before I go to bed.
I thought you would have just already finished them.
No, I'm trying to savor.
Oh, okay.
We ate a couple turtles, and then like each day that you sent me the 60% dark, and I just like take a bite out of it and I just put it back in the fridge.
That's awesome. Well, you know where I am if you need anything. All right, folks. Enough of catching up. Wait, actually, hang on. One more second. We hope everyone had a wonderful holiday.
Yeah.
And we hope everyone has a wonderful New Year's Eve, etc. And now we're going to continue. Cuz that's what we should have said. On today's show, we're going to talk about new Paradox Pokemon revealed. This is going to be from PokeBeach.com. A lot of cool cards that came out of here. We also get to take a look at some new A-Spec cards. There's a really cool Mischievous or Mischievous. I don't know however you say it.
Well, it's called something else now.
It is?
Yeah, the Mischievous, isn't it called... I'm spacing.
I'm time and spacing all the time, so I get it.
It's not Screamtail, that's the Jigglypuff. Fluttermane.
Fluttermane? Oh my god. I just can't keep... All right, anyways. Azul. He won San Antonio.
With
Congratulations. Zard. With Zard. I know,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, what? And listen, I put that thing together. The anxiety that deck brings. It is like, oh snap, I only have X amount of fires and I only have one recover card. It is very scary playing that deck because you have to have everything meticulously planned out for every turn. I mean, I won several games on PTCG Live, but some games I just like defeat myself because I'm like, oh, look at me, I got they knocked out the one Charizard I had because all my energies are priced. It's so bad. It's there's been some interesting matches. Let me just say. So for him to have such a great run with this is like, bravo. That takes some skill. And then we'll look at the 58th place list because it was spicy.
Like specifically the 58th. Now,
yeah, it was like almost Slytherin, if you will.
Oh.
It's Slytherin. It slithered in.
Was it a sneaky snake?
It was a snack.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. All right, Justin.
What do you want to talk about first?
Well, just quick housekeeping. TGA cards. Thank you so much. This episode of Special Conditions Podcast is brought to you by the Grading Authority. TGA offers an innovative card grading experience with a focus on collectors and community. Visit tgacards.com to learn more and be sure to check out their slab designer and Pokemon Flow labels. Flow Friday is a thing on their Instagram, so please follow them on Instagram too. It's wicked cool to see all the new Flow labels that they pump out and see for yourself what makes the Pokemon Professor Network proud to be a TGA partner. Please use code FULLHEAL, no spaces, at checkout for 10% off your total order. Thank you to the team over at the Grading Authority for supporting the Special Conditions Podcast. We greatly appreciate it. All right, Justin, we should totally talk about San Antonio just because it already happened.
Yeah, get
and
that
the
out of the way.
excitement's and the excitement is in the back half. I mean, it is exciting. I love to talk about regionals. It stinks I'm not there. I really do want to play. It's just been hard. I'm trying to like manage time, money,
Hey, I understand.
I know it's possible. It's like it's right now because I haven't been playing as much. It is a super high risk because like obviously you want to do well. You would like to make some money, you know, and it's like at the end of the day that like I know playing is a lot of fun, but it has to be something that yields worthwhile. And in order for me to justify taking that much time off of work that consistently or something like that. So it's just one of those, like, I have to plan it. So we'll figure out looking at the schedule for 2024 and go from there.
Hey, I mean, I feel the same way. I was originally planning and I bought a ticket to the event. And then I had some personal stuff come up where my pet chameleon got pretty sick. And that the vet bill for that was a hefty amount. And then
Completely
that along with
understand that.
like just caring for him and other things, like with her planning the wedding, I just had no time dedicated to playing. And so
Right, and I've got one of those to plan as well. So it's there's a lot of stuff going on in my life this year. So
about 3 weeks beforehand, I just said it's stressing me out too much, and I just canceled my ticket to San Antonio and got a refund. Well, partial refund, but I was just like, it would cost me too much money and time to go at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, it would probably have been fun, but like you'd have been stressed out. Probably wouldn't play up to par, and again, it's a huge risk and time. Like there's a lot of time. Like, this is a 2-day event. It's not. This is 48 hours.
Yeah, and it was only like a 5 to 6 hour drive for me, but still.
Okay, so that's 48
and then
plus 20.
The hotel.
That's a 68-hour like weekend for you. That's a lot.
Yeah, so I think it could be fun, planned with better timing.
Planned, and I think we should do one together.
That was another reason that I just wasn't motivated to go play by myself.
Yes, I think going together would be ideal. That way here we're both there. If we both tank, we can just leave early and like hang out and enjoy our time together. Or if you're doing well, I can cheer you on. If I'm doing well, you can cheer me on. It works both ways. So I mean, we'll look, like I said, we'll look into 2024 and go from there.
Should be fun.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're gonna try and be more active. But let's look at these results, Justin. All right, top 4. We have 2 Charizards, a Palkia, and a Giratina Lawson box.
Interesting. Now,
Very
did you
interesting.
have much time to watch any of this?
I basically got to watch like the finals.
Well, I guess let's first see. We pretty much know what the Charizard list is at this time, but we can look at it real quick. Here, open as image.
And it's crazy. It's like Charizard's still super popular. Giratina Lost Box is still popular. Snorlax Stall is popular.
So
Like even Snorlax is popular. It's
I'm
just
kind of behind on the list. I didn't realize we were actually playing Jirachi. I know for a while people were like, "Oh, it's a fun tech" or whatever, but I'm glad to see it actually is useful and blocking, the damage counters.
yeah. Imagine this facing Lost Box, and they have Greninja out, and they have Sableye, and you just drop Jirachi and Manaphy. It's like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Justified gloves. Let's see, what is this one for? Let's
For
see, it's
dark
got to be.
Pokemon?
Is it? Oh, is it for the mirror?
It's either the mirror. Well, it's the mirror, and I think Roaring Moon.
Ah, let's see. Let's read Charizard again. So, Burning Darkness, 180 plus, 30 damage for each prize card taken. Okay. But yeah, that makes sense with Roaring Moon.
Yeah.
Too.
So I mean what is it?
So if you take 4, that's 120. So it's you to 300. So that would get you to 330 to take out a Charizard EX if you have 2 prize cards remaining.
Yeah, and the
Or your
Vitality
opponent
Band
has remaining.
is there to make the math work and not be weird, where Charizard can hit 18, 19, 20, 21 for one prize, but then you could take out a 2 prizer that's 220 hit points. So I mean, there's a lot of outs in this deck. It is
I'm
very
actually
interesting to play.
surprised that there's this much math fixing. Now, I understand we have to get more creative since, what? I'm spacing out. What's the one that does 30 more damage to V Pokemon? I'm blanking.
Wait, Halucha Radiant? That's the
Nope, I don't
that's
know.
VMAX. Oh.
The band. Or it wasn't a band. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
This is Vitality Band. I think it's Choice Band or Choice Belt.
Choice Belt. Thank you. Christ, I couldn't remember it. I was like, what is it?
But I think it's just V and GX. I don't think it's
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say is that with the that being for V and GX, it's kind of, out. It's kind of like getting past its prime at this point.
Yeah, it's like you need a new tool that's like EX and V. Mm-hmm. Lowercase EXV, GX, Radiant. No, it does an extra 30 damage to like Radiant.
Let's see. So what did he beat? He beat Giratina Lost Zone box, which looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill list. Obviously there's your 3/3 Tina, your regular Comfy, 2 Sableye, 1 Cram, 1 Greninja. We got 2 Roxanne in here and 1 Iono, so that's, of note, I guess. But let's see. 4 Jets, 4 Psychic, 3 Grass, 2 Waters. Seems pretty standard list. The counter catchers, there's a couple of them in there. I don't know if that's usually in the list, but, it seems like a decent inclusion.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, obviously it's, second place. It did really well. Mm-hmm. So it looks pretty flushed out. Honestly, it looks very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's a couple one-ofs, it looks very consistent.
Now, Palkia is not something I was expecting to see in third place. What does...
No. Well, I actually was playing against a Palkia V-Star deck.
Oh, dang, it was Ice Rider Palkia? I did not know this. This deck keeps coming back from the dead.
It's the high hit points.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where decks are. It's like if you can't hit that high hit point in one shot, they're going to 2-shot you.
And it's weak to metal, which is, not popular right now. And the max lance is pretty brutal for 2 waters, 10 plus. You may discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. If you do, it does 120 more damage for each card you discarded this way.
So 250.
And you're putting the waters back on with Melanie. You got your Energy switch if you need it. You've got, let's see, Earthen Vessel to search for your waters. You've also got Cheen Pow to search for your waters.
I mean, it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
I mean, Palkia is super good. 60 plus 20 for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponents. That's a lot. And it's hard because it's like Charizard. I evolved my Charizard like turn 2, and it's like I can only do 180.
I'm surprised.
So what am I supposed to do? And I just like left it out, and then it got attacked, and I'm like, oh geez. So I had to retreat, get a new one out, and then they just scooped, and I was like, great.
I'm surprised they're not punished more for the Calyrex VMAX with the 3 prizes, but I guess people just can't hit the 320.
Yeah, especially with that metal weakness now. Which leads me to begs the question, where's Goldango? I see no Goldango anywhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's more of a gimmick list.
I know, but I looked and I looked and I looked and I didn't see it. I still didn't see it. And I was looking and I was looking and I was just scrolling. and then I got to the bottom of the page, and then I scrolled back up, and then I saw 58th place.
Oh,
Samuel Bermudez. It just shows Arceus. Doesn't show anything else. So, okay. There's actually 2. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this one.
Wait, 58th. This is a 58th. Superior list.
Hang on, and then 54th we'll look at in a second too. Nathan Strafford. So, Samuel Bermudez is playing.
I pulled up the wrong list. Which one? Oh, you did want the superior list.
Yes. So, playing a 4-3 Arceus, the standard 2/2 of a V Pokemon, and it's a V and Vstar. It is Superior V and Superior Vstar. Now, Superior V, it's not relevant for its being the V, but the Vstar is where it shines. Regal Blender. You may move any amount of energy from your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. Does 190, which times 2 is 300 and something.
380.
380. And that knocks out a Charizard. So I can see why that is good, because you can easily get the 2 energies onto this, and then you attach return, and you one-shot a Charizard. And then it's Star Winder. This attack does 60 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So it's like a hit and run, but you could have a whole bunch of energies attached to this.
Wow. It has free retreat. That's pretty good.
That is gnarly. And then it's got the 2/2 Bibarel, Giratina V,
snake.
V-Star. So you have the V and the V-Star for Giratina in this too.
They fit Giratina into this list? I mean, I guess if you're already locked into the energies, but wow. Do you think they just did it for the one-off?
I think it's for the
Star Requiem if they need it. But let's see.
Yeah, but how do you guarantee? No, I think
no, it can't be because
Lost Impact.
There's no Lost Zone stuff, so it's got to be Lost Impact then.
Yeah, so 280 for Lost Impact.
I guess if you're using if you hit once a Superior, and then you move the energies from Superior onto Giratina, you follow up.
Okay.
With that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
And then you've got the Raihan, Professor Turo's Scenario. Put one of your Pokemon in play into your hand. Okay. That's good use. Avery, Path to the Peak. So you're stopping abilities after using yours. 6 Grass, 4 Double Turbo, 2 Psychic, 1 V-Guard. That's crazy. I love this. I love this so much. All right. But now that we saw that one and then I saw another one, I'm kind of like, oh.
What was the other list that you wanted?
So 54th, Nathan.
Regigigas.
right? So it's got a 4/3 Arceus, a 1/1 Regigigas Vstar line, which
What does that thing do?
the V,
Regigigas V.
it's 240 hit points, so it's a chunky boy. Angry Whack does 100 plus 10 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. This Pokemon's now confused. So if you got 100 and something damage on you, you're hitting for 2+. Register.
That's pretty decent.
Regigigas Vstar, Giga Impact 230. During your next turn, this Pokemon can attack. So you're just definitely going to need to switch that out. Star Guardian is its ability. During your turn, if your opponent has exactly one prize card, hold on. Exactly one prize card remaining. You may choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. They discard that Pokemon and all cards attached to it.
What a weird... I hate that ability.
I know, but imagine like they have game on board and you just go, boop, discard that.
Oh, so like...
That's wild. Like you escape
So I guess
rope.
like you escape rope or you boss it to the bench or something. You just say, bye-bye.
I almost would argue to put a second escape rope in there. Honestly.
I'd have to see this deck in action. Zacian V, Roar the Sword, Mew EX, draw on your cards, do the mirror attack.
Squovette.
Box of Disaster. Quite the eclectic deck here. Hey, a Choice Belt. The card I couldn't think of earlier.
And then they also have the Zacian V to end their turn by searching for a Psychic Energy. So turn 1, you can essentially just get an energy on Regigigas plus attach an energy. So then the next turn you just V-Star, attach, hit for 230.
Very interesting.
That one is very interesting. And I like that Regigigas V-Star has 300 hit points.
That is pretty beefy. I mean, is that the biggest? No.
For a V-Star? I think for a V-Star it is.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. V-Star, not EX.
Or yeah, well, not VMAX. That's
and definitely not VMAX.
And I think it's one of the higher Vs. I think this and Wailord V might be the two highest.
Let's see, but this is a stage 1. Oh, you mean for the basic V?
Yeah, the basic V
Yeah.
I think is the same as Wailord.
Yeah. I think Wailord actually might be 250, but it's high.
Or maybe it's 280. I think it's 280.
Ah.
But just like
Yeah.
wild that Arceus is still creeping in there.
Yeah, we thought Arceus was done. Why am I saying Arceus? Arceus. I'm an Arceus fan.
Can we put Arceus in a deck with is there any Radiant Pokemon? There's no Radiant Pokemon? Oh wait, no, Alakazam. Alakazam was in there. That's actually pretty cool. I think we need something metal to go in there. Metal and grass, that'd be cool. I don't know. Next episode we're going to talk about trying to figure out some sort of weakness box and it not being Zoroark.
Yeah.
But congratulations to everybody that did well. Honestly, if you're on the first page, just in general, I mean,
first page goes up to 212.
Yeah, and it's like, shout out to Limitless for just like putting those lists out there. Like that's a lot. I think 128 and up is fine because that's like a serious. That's when you're in the higher top cut tier, if you will. So anything above that is like, whoa. That's something to like be proud of for sure. All right, Justin, let's take a break here. And then we'll get on. Yeah, then we'll get on with talk about Paradox Pokemon that just came out and all that stuff. And then we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
All right, so break time at around the 30-minute mark. Ooh, we've gone through this episode pretty quick. All right, folks, we'll be back right after this. All right, Casa Cubone, thanks for being here. The Lunatonian, thanks for being here. I apologize. I had it on private chat, so I couldn't see any of the comments. All right, Justin, you got some water? Did you drink some water?
I've got me a green tea.
Doesn't that have caffeine in it?
Yeah, but it's like a lower amount. It is a mellow amount. I have too many tabs and crap open.
That's how I feel all the time.
Okay, we're about ready.
I am about ready.
Coming back at 32.
Yep. And we are back. Thank you so much for that break. We just want to get through some housekeeping real quick, and then we will continue the show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor. We could support this show for as little as $1 a month. That dollar is going to get you access to our Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCG Live prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord, and we hope to see you there. Huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Ben, DJ Wonderbread, Hall the Counselor, GK, Sue, Jamal, Joseph, Mythical Hitch, Beard Bo Baggins, and Big Zom Minus. Special thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith, as well as a big thanks to the other executive producers on the network, Paul Bott and Kate the Cons. Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us reviews. All right, Justin. Moving on, we are looking at some new Paradox Pokemon from Wild Force and Cyber Judge. We got, basically it's just raining cats and dogs.
Oh, that's fun. It's like it's the Paradox forms of Gen 2 versus the Paradox forms of the Gen 5 trio. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
I think that's Gen 5. I don't know.
But Justin, I think you had some ideas on reading these.
So, we traditionally go through and read them regularly, blah, blah. Anyone can do that. What I wanted to do was see what ChatGPT thinks about it. So, I'm going to... Adam, do you have... the regular listings up?
Yes. Yep.
And then I will share.
So I've got Gouging Fire EX.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to just read like the basic ones, or?
Yeah. Just read them, and then I'll.
All right. Heat Blast for fire and a colorless for 60 damage, and then 2 fires and 1 colorless. Exploding Flare 260. This Pokemon can't use Exploding Flare again until it leaves the active spot.
Now, which one was this?
That was Gouging Fire. Entei. Or sorry, it is Gouging Fire.
For Gouging Fire.
This one's got like a cool little...
that's too long. I'm going to tell it to shorten the description and make it fun. All right. Gouging Fire EX, the Blazing Beast. Meet the wild child of flames, Gouging Fire EX. With Heat Blast, it flicks sparks for a cool 60 damage, but when it unleashes Exploding Flare, it's a fiery explosion of 260 damage. Just watch out for the cooldown. With 230 HP, it's a Fiery Storm ready to claim 2 prize cards. Get ready to light up the Pokemon TCG arena with the untamed energy of Gouging Fire EX.
That's pretty good.
Now, were those numbers correct? 60
Yes.
damage
Yep.
at 260? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You have to like fact check these things sometimes. But so like what I did was I took like the PokeBeach article and some other information, and I fed it into ChatGPT, and I said, ChatGPT, all right, you're a Pokemon master trainer, and you're trying to come up with like descriptions to, talk about these Pokemon. So then like I can ask it, what do you think is the best card in the set? And give a fun explanation of the card. Keep in, let's say, 4 sentences. All right. So ChatGPT thinks Iron Jugulus takes the crown as this set's wild card. With Auto Fighter, it's a robotic bouncer, dishing out damage for every hit it takes. Wind Blast, its signature move, sends opponents swirling with 110 damage. In the chaos of the battlefield, Iron Jugulus is the relentless whirlwind, dealing damage and dancing with the storm. It's not just a card, it's a tempestuous force ready to shake up any Pokemon duel.
That is terrible.
So what does it actually do?
So it's a stage. No, it's a basic.
Okay.
For 130, it's 130 basic ability Auto Fighter. If this Pokemon's in the active spot and takes damage from an opponent's attack, put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. And then for 3 colorless, Wind Blast does 110 damage.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I don't know how that came about.
Okay, yeah, no. Give me another card from the set and tell me why it is better than Charizard. I just want to see what comes out.
Fluttermane steals the spotlight with its mysterious allure. With Fluttering Dusk, it silences opponents' abilities while Flying Curse deals 90 damage and sprinkles damage counters on their bench Pokemon. In the tactical dance of shadows, Fluttermane's strategic control outshines Charizard, disrupting plans and dealing consistent damage without the risk of recoil. It's not just a card. It's a psychic puppeteer pulling the strings in the Pokemon TCG stage. Okay, so honestly, that one's better.
Let's see. What is... Here we go. Fluttermane. As long as this Pokemon in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities. Okay, so it's an ability lock. Flying Curse, 90 damage plus put 2 damage counters on the bench Pokemon. Okay. Yeah.
But it's only your opponent's active Pokemon. So if Charizard's on the bench, they could just evolve and then be like, whatever.
That's fun, though. Okay.
I mean, I do like its attack a whole heck of a lot. 90 damage and then 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench
explain
Pokemon.
To me what Ace Spec Master Ball is and why it's the bestest. Ace-Spec Master Ball is a game changer, allowing you to summon any Pokemon you desire directly into your hand from your deck. Imagine it as a legendary key to unlock the perfect Pokemon for any situation. Its unmatched versatility makes it the bestest because in a single move, you fetch that Pokemon that complements your strategy, turns the tide. Okay.
And surprises your opponent in the Pokemon TCG world. It's not just a card. It's your VIP backstage pass to the ultimate Pokemon spectacle.
Oh my
gosh,
goodness.
this is insane.
That's good. Let's see
So
what
Master
else is in
Ball
there.
was, I believe it was already printed with those like that exact wording.
Yeah, here, let me pull up the PokeBeach article again, and I want to show off
It's a
the art
beautiful pink.
style.
I hope
I
this
look
pink
at that.
stays.
I hope it stays pink like this. Now, the hollow pattern typically is slightly different, but I hope we get this vibrant pink so it's like in your face. But from what I recall, the other Ace Spec cards were pretty vibrant too, right?
They, yeah, I mean the other two are as well. Like Neo
No,
Upper
no, I
Energy.
mean like from back in the day.
They were dark like gray, and they had
Here, I
light
got it.
like the lightning blue text like that you see on the sides. They had that, and it was that like electric blue almost,
Okay.
and that was shiny, but they didn't look like this.
I guess the Ace Spec part was kind of like a pinky red, but yeah, they're pretty like boring, bland gray. But I mean, it was different at the time to be that super gray. But you know,
Yeah, look at them. It's they just were unexciting, and they were definitely like based on like specific Pokemon, like Crystal Ball was, Crystal Edge was, G Booster was. I like Scramble Switch. That was like if you're I believe it said if you're losing,
let me
you
pull it up.
can.
So if you're active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, then you may move as many energy attached to the old Pokemon to the new Pokemon. Oh,
Oh, okay, but that's still sweet. It's huge in some decks. That's huge. But I think the one that everybody went for was computer search.
yeah,
Discard 2 cards, go search for anything.
yeah, that's pretty
Especially
good.
when like something maintenance. I don't know. You could just keep grabbing tools
Yeah,
with I believe it was Sableye. I don't know. It was just a mess. But the other two that we have is Neo Upper Energy. It's a special energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides a colorless energy. As long as this card is attached to a Stage 2 Pokemon, this card provides every type of energy, but only provides 2 at a time. I do like it, but you can only have one in your deck, and you're relying on this one energy to get you through a lot. So I don't know if it's worth it to play that. I think the Prime Catcher is probably the best out of these three that were revealed. This one says switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. If you do, switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. You may play as many item cards as you like during your turn. So
okay.
you could play Escape Rope and then use this and get whatever you want.
Okay, I fed it into Chat GPT. It's pretty good. I said, "All right, Chat GPT, describe new upper energy to me in a fun way." New upper energy is like the Swiss Army knife of power-ups. It's not just your regular energy boost, it's a cosmic fuel that turns your Pokemon into unstoppable juggernauts. With the ability to provide any type of energy, it's like a rainbow buffet for your Pokemon's moves. Plus, if you got a Stage 2 Pokemon, it's like they've chugged an energy drink and are ready to unleash a caffeine-fueled storm on your opponents. It's not just a card, it's the energy elixir that turns your Pokemon into the superheroes of the TCG universe.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you, Chad GPT. Let's see. What else is there? Ooh, Prime Catcher. Obviously good.
And then there's a new Miraidon and Koraidon.
Yeah, Dragon type.
Yeah, Koraidon actually seems pretty cool. It's a ancient trait. It's a Vengeful Hammer, does 20 plus. This attack does 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Not bad. And then Kaiser Tackle does 280 damage. This Pokemon does 60 damage to itself, so it can give itself the boost. But that's two fighting and one fire. So it's kind of a weird combination there. I like the Great Tusks. It's a ancient trait, but it also has for fighting and 2 colorless, Angry Charge. It does 80. If your opponent's bench if your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 80 damage, or 80 more damage. So that's 160 for 3, and it's on a basic Pokemon.
I just like the art of he's like, I'm coming to get you. It's fun.
Yeah, and I mean you've got Sandy Shocks too. For 1 energy, if you have 3 or more energy in play, this attack does 70 more damage. So for 1 energy, you're doing 90. And then you've got Future Miraidon, Lightning and Psychic. Repulsion Bolt does 60 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on it, does 100 more damage. So 160 plus however much damage is on them. That's actually pretty gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that this has no weakness. And then Cyber Drive for 220. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Cyber Drive.
That's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Which is ChatGPT? Which is better? Miraidon or Caridon?
It's like, I'm a ride on either of them.
Describe in a whimsical fashion.
How whimsical.
It took it very. In the whimsical realm of Dragon Duels, the rivalry between Miraidon and Caridon is like a legendary tale spun by mischievous Jigglypuffs. Oh, goodness. Let's just read the whimsical verdict in this whimsical showdown. It's a toss-up between the Rotary Rascal and the Shockwave Shenanigator. Caridon brings the fiery sizzle, while Miraidon brings the electric buzz. Choose the dragon that aligns with your whimsical heart and get ready for a dragon dance-off that will go down in Pokemon TCG history. Dragon
and it'll
Sparkle.
go down in history. I don't know. Both of these are actually really good. But I think Miraidon is going to fit right in with Miraidon decks, or you can tech something like this into your.
Well, you gotta have Psychic in there though. Are you gonna?
Yes, I understand that, but I actually think this actually might work for Iron Valiant. But you can play that with Gardevoir, and like this is one of the basics that's in the deck, and then you put 1 psychic energy, and then you attach the lightning, and then you do 160, 170, 80, 180. Well, for 2, see, I don't know if that's enough, you know? But you can definitely, with Iron Valiant, get the damage counters on there, and then hit for 160. So who knows? I mean, there's a lot of cool cards. I mean, I like that they're giving us single prizers of these future and ancient Pokemon. So like the Iron Thorns for a Lightning and a Colorless. Destro Press, 70 damage. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. This attack does 70 damage for each future card you reveal. Discard the future cards you revealed in this way, and then shuffle the other cards back into your deck.
Oh, interesting. Wild. I like it just because it's chaotic.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you could play future stuff like have an Iron Bundle in there. You can play the future supporters and items and stuff like that. Even the Iron Crown EX ability Cobalt Commander. Your future Pokemon's attacks, excluding any Iron Crown EX, do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. For 2 colorless and a psychic, Twin Shottles. This attack does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on those Pokemon. So this just goes through pretty much anything. That's actually really cool.
Which one are you looking at?
Iron Crown. The psychic Cobalion.
Yeah, I mean, look at that thing.
This thing's a beast. Honestly, I think that's a nice tech for you to put in your Gardevoir deck. Gardevoir, but plus a bunch of future stuff. I think could be neat. I mean, you've got Iron Leaves EX, ability Rapid Vernier. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may switch this Pokemon with your active Pokemon. If you do, you may move any number of energy from your bench Pokemon to this Pokemon. And then for 2 grass and a colorless, Prismatic Edge, 180 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. That's not bad. It's nice to be able to drop it down, move other energies to this, and get into the active, and then surprise attack Charizard.
Okay, I asked ChatGPT what they thought of Iron Leaves. They're like, Iron Leaves is like a Pokemon ninja, swift and stealthy, making moves in the battlefield with the finesse of a well-practiced leafy acrobat. Its first, its ability, Rapid Vernier. Imagine Iron Leaves as the ultimate switcheroo artist. With Rapid Vernier, it swoops onto the bench, instantly swapping places with the active Pokemon. But here's the kicker. It also grabs energy from its teammates, turning every entrance into a leafy heist. Prismatic Edge. When Iron Leaves decides to strike, Prismatic Edge hits hard with a whopping 180 damage. However, like any ninja maneuver, there's a cooldown, preventing the sneaky attack from becoming a relentless onslaught. Iron Leaves isn't just a card, it's a leafy maestro, pirouetting through battles with style and surprise tactics.
I can't imagine it pirouetting, but yeah.
You know, why not?
So I like that. Honestly, all these cards that were revealed are so awesome. I mean, I'll go through a couple more. We've got Iron Boulder. Repulsor Axe, 60 damage. If this Pokemon takes damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. That's pretty cool because I think that you could mimic this with like Rocky Helmet and stuff like that. So if they hit you, you're putting 100 damage on them.
Oh.
I like that
That's
it's
fun.
240. It's a little bit stronger than your average EX Pokemon as a basic. And then for 2 fighting and a colorless, Power Stamp, 200 damage, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon.
That's
I think
fun.
that could work with like Garchomp, a water one. I don't know, but then we've got Raging Bolt EX. It's basically Raikou, but it's a long neck dinosaur. Bursting
This one
Roar.
kind of, like, of all the ones, maybe it's just because I've seen this one the least, it creeps me out the most.
Yes.
I know it's just like a giraffe, but...
For 1 colorless, Bursting Roar, discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Not bad, but not the best. And then Extreme Ascent for a lightning and a fighting. 70 damage. You may discard any amount of basic energy attached to your Pokemon in play. This stack does 70 damage for each card you discarded in this way. Now that's going to be a tricky and scary card because this is like the new Raichu. Because Raichu V, because that you could discard cards in multiple.
Yeah, that was 60 times, right?
This is 70 times. So you can get to 210, 280, 35.
Yeah, and since Dragon, it has no weakness. It does have the 3 retreat cost, which is heavy.
It's a bit heavy.
I guess that makes sense as a giraffe, but Raiku's supposed to be quick, so I don't know.
And then next up we have Walking Wake EX. It's water, 220 hit points. I think they're really keeping water Pokemon in check right now. They're giving them like stuff, and it's good, but it's not better than what we have. Its ability, Cerulean Pulse. Damage from this Pokemon's attacks is not affected by effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically, if they have an ability that says EXs can't hurt this, EXs can hurt this. For water and 2 colorless, Catharsis Roar, 120 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by any special condition, use a full heal. No, this attack does 120 more damage. So I'm sure with Brute Bonnet, you could poison and then throw this in and do 240 damage. I'm sure there's some sort of strategy out there, but this is actually pretty nifty. I wish it had the 240 hit points, but hey. Can't make broken cards,
If only.
Let's see. So a lot of good stuff here, honestly. A lot of good stuff. And again, I love that they're giving us single prizers of all these future and past forms. Or iron and great and all that old stuff. But yeah, that's all I got, Justin.
That's all you got? Yeah. Everything else, there's Prime Catcher, pretty self-explanatory. It's a boss. It's like an escape rope, but you just get to choose. Cryptomaniac's Deciphering. Search your deck for 2 cards. Shuffle your deck. Put those 2 cards on top in any order. So that's nifty if you have the ability to draw with like a bit roll, and you stack the deck to search for something you couldn't normally search for, and then you draw.
I like that.
Let's see. Yep, I think we pretty much talked about everything else. There's our Explorer's Guidance. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Put 2 of them into your hand. Discard the other cards.
All right. That sounds like everything.
Sounds like it. It sounds like it.
All right. You can email us. Special conditions at PokemonProfessor.com. You can leave us a voicemail. You can text us. Send us a picture. 732-835-8639. And yeah. Anything else, Justin?
I think that's it. That's a show.
All right. Remember, trainers, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.